Well, I'm just here in the shed today. I was just cleaning up my rifle, so I figured I would do a little video. So since I started doing the trapping episodes, I've been getting a few comments, people wondering what rifle it is that I'm carrying. So I figured I'd do a little clip of that here. So here's the rifle. It's a Savage model 93 R17. So it's chambered in 17 HMR. And I believe the 17 HMR just became legal for small game hunting in Newfoundland within the last few years here. So I picked up this rifle a couple of years ago. I used to carry a 22 LR, but was always interested in the 17. So once it became legal, decided to pick one up. And it was the rifle that I've been carrying for small game hunting and when I'm out trapping and stuff ever since I bought it. So it's a nice rifle. It's a bolt action, as you can tell. Comes with a detachable magazine, 5-round magazine. And one of the main reasons I bought this particular rifle is because of the stainless steel receiver. So I'm always battling with rust on rifles, especially a small game rifle that you're out beating through the woods with and carrying through the rain and snow all the time and laying on the ground when I'm setting out snares and traps and stuff. So the stainless steel receiver is nice to have, cuts down on having to worry about rust. So yeah, this is the rifle, 17 HMR, Savage, nice little rifle. And I put the scope on after I bought it. So this is a Burris drop tine. It says 22 LR on it, but it's just a rimfire scope. So nice scope as well. I really like the scope, real nice and clear. So yeah, 17 has got its pros and cons I've found out since I've used it. So I would say the biggest disadvantage when you compare it to a 22 would be it's almost too powerful sometimes. So right here I got a couple of bullets. So on the right is the 17 HMR and on the left is your standard 22 LR cartridge. So as you can see, the 17 on the right here, although it's smaller diameter bullet than the 22, the cartridge is quite a bit bigger on the 17, so it really packs a bigger punch than the 22 LR. So you can tell the cartridge, just the cartridge on the 17 is bigger than the entire 22 bullet when you hold them side by side like this. So yeah, when you're shooting at small game like rabbit or grouse, what I find is you really have to go for a headshot, because if not, if you happen to hit it in the body or in the meat that you don't want to damage, the 17 it does a ton of damage. So I shot a ruffed grouse here a couple weeks ago with it. I went for a headshot, but I ended up hitting it a little bit lower and hit it in like the top part of the breast, and it basically just obliterated the breast of the grouse. So it's almost too powerful at times, but the advantage to that is it's good for a nice long shot. So I believe it can shoot, I'll be out to 150 yards. The 17 HMR only drops about 2 to 3 inches, whereas your standard 22 is probably going to drop like a foot or more at that distance, and it's going to lose most of its velocity. But the 17 is made for a good long shot, so it makes it good for that, and having a scope on it, it allows me to take a nice long shot. Well, December 30th, it's a beautiful morning. We got real cold last night. So just a beautiful, crisp morning here now. As you can see, the little cove in the bay here is starting to catch over. We got a little bit of snow down since last time I was out. Yeah, we're just getting ready to head in, check a few traps, a few snares. So I figured I would bring you guys along, do a little video. I'm gonna get a fire going and cook up a little lunch on the fire here today as well. Seems to have such a nice day. Anyways, the dogs got me all tangled up here already, so we'll get this untangled now and we'll head in the trail. Well, I'm sporting the 13 Prevail bushcraft hoodie. Most of you guys are familiar with Troy's channel, 13 Prevail, but if not, I'll put a link down in the description to his page. Check him out. He does some great videos. Fellow Newfoundlander. Well, very first snare, and what do you know? Another snare broke off. So we lost another rabbit. Had him caught right here. And that's 5 now. 5 that we lost and only 2 that didn't bust. So we caught 2, lost 5. That's not very good at all. Man, oh man, this brass wires. Garbage. So I had someone comment on the last episode to check out one of Charlie White's or NL Ghost Wolf. He had a video up using a different technique called the fisherman's technique or something, I think it was, where he uses a piece of string at the end of the snare and ties the snare off to the string on one end, and then the other end of the string is tied to the stick. So I may try that. So like I was saying, we got a little skim of snow down since the last time I was out. Only about an inch or two, just enough to cover the ground really. But yeah, at least now you can see some tracks around if there was any. But this spot right here, when it freezes up like it is now, this is usually a great little spot for rabbits. I usually get half dozen or so here every season, and I'm just looking around here now, I don't even see a track. So I had a couple of snares in there, I just checked, nothing in them. I caught one rabbit there couple weeks ago, but yeah, out here they usually cross here back and forth all the time, and I don't see a single track yet, only dog tracks. Well, we got some fresh sign here. It looks like we got outsmarted, so track's going right up to the snare. I guess he ducked under because he went right through there. Tracks are on the other side, and this is the spot where I put one on each side of the trail, and same thing over here. So he came through here, see the fresh tracks, and I guess he went under. So I'm gonna have to lower that snare a little bit, fix it up. I think he moved it a little bit, but yeah, fix that up, lower it down a bit, and hopefully next time we'll catch him. All right, well, a little further in the trail, and now we got some fresh coyote sign here. So I got a snare just around the corner. See if he went through there or not. Oh yeah, he was in here in the last couple of nights. Oh yeah, a coyote spent a bit of time in here, but he didn't get caught in my snare. So I'll show you the snare now. Oh, he walked right through it. Look at this. Some rabbit tracks going that way, but the coyote came right through. He walked right through that snare. There's the snare. Guess he ducked under or something. Anyways, maybe he'll come back through again. Well, coyotes were on the move last night. More fresh tracks here. Coming right in off the road. Alright, well, here's the last coyote snare today. I didn't bother filming the rest of them. Other than that one earlier where the fresh tracks ran through, there's no other fresh sign. So, bit of rabbit sign around. I think it was a good night last night for them to run. But anyways, that's the last coyote snare. So, got a few rabbit snares still left to check. And we're going to find a spot in the trail to stop for a little boil up, cook up some food on the fire. Oh, we got a bunny. Woohoo! Well, we finally caught one without busting the snare. Yes. What is it, Goose? Good boy. Anyways, this is a snare that was busted off. I don't know if it was the last time I came out or the time before, but we have one bust off here. I set it back. Well, look how easy that just busted. Like, I hardly even pulled on it and the snare busted right off. Anyways, the brass wire managed to hold this one. He's frozen solid, decent sized rabbit. But yeah, at least we didn't get skunked. We got one out of it. We got a couple left to check, so I'll turn the camera back on if we catch any more. All right, well, just one rabbit for now, but still got a few rabbit snares left to check in another spot. But for now, I'm just gonna keep hiking in the trail here, and soon gonna be ready to cook up some lunch. So I'm gonna hike into a little bushcraft camp that I made back in the spring. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up on top of the screen so you can check that out. But yeah, I made a little raised bed, and I camped out for 2 nights back in April, I think it was. So I haven't been there in a long time, so I'm gonna hike in there and check that place out. And that's where we're gonna have a little fire and cook up lunch. Well, the raised bed is still intact. Ugh. Billy, you leave that rabbit alone. You leave that rabbit alone. Get out of that. Whew. Anyways, worked up a sweat trying to get in through there. There's a lot of windfalls and blowdowns since the last time I was in here. Yeah, nice little spot to have a little cook up now. There's a fire going right here in front of the raised bed. Got a nice seat to sit on. So, just found my little toggle that I used last time to hang my pack up. I must have stashed it under the bed here. Well, there's no shortage of firewood here in this spot, so this is all spruce, and there's a ton of dead fallen stuff, so should be pretty easy to get firewood. So I meant to bring a bigger saw. I was going to bring my Boreal 21, a bigger folding buck saw, but forgot to grab it. So I'm going to be using the good old Silky Gone Boy. Never fails me. I always got this in my bag. Takes up hardly no space at all. You could even slip it in your pocket if you wanted to. But yeah, I don't need much firewood, so this will do the job. Millie tipped the camera over. What do you want, Goose? You want to chase a stick, don't you? Oh, gonna have a cup of tea today. I'm not much of a tea drinker. Usually drinking coffee when I'm out in the woods like this, but decided to switch it up today. I have a cup of tea, and on the menu we got some homemade fish cakes, codfish cakes. Gonna be good. So we got some homemade codfish cakes my father made. So he gave me a few there yesterday. So a lot better way to cook those up than on the cast iron pan on the fire. So this is gonna be good. Can't wait. Oh yeah, looking good. Oh yeah, look at that. Just gonna give them another couple of minutes here, and then they should be warmed through. So they're already cooked. So for anyone who's not familiar with fish cakes, these are just codfish, boiled codfish and boiled potatoes. And I believe there's some onion mixed in there as well, and some spices, and you just make them into patties. So everything's already cooked. The fish and everything's already cooked. They just need to be crisped up a bit and warmed through. And they are delicious. Hey Millie, you're pretty interested, aren't you? I'll see if I can get you a piece. You see, yeah, good dogs. Good dogs. All right, I'm gonna call them done. I actually remembered to bring a plate this time. Oh man. Good stuff. What do you want? Ah. Millie here is your typical lab. She got an appetite like you wouldn't believe. My other lab, Molly, is the same way. She basically eat anything that you put in front of her. She won't even second guess it. Just if you hand her something, she'll just eat it, swallow it, and not even think twice about it. Yes, I'll get you a piece in a minute. You can't have very much because there's onions in this, I believe. Onions are not good for dogs. But I'll give you a little taste now in a minute. Anyway, I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of these. Sip out my tea. Spend another little bit of time by the fire here, and then we'll be hiking back out, check the rest of the rabbit snares on the way back, and call it a day. Beautiful day to be out though. Would have been a nice day to bring the drone, fly the drone. There's hardly any wind. Come here. Sit. Good girl. I don't even know if Goose will eat this. Goose is a lot more picky of an eater than Millie or Molly. Two labs. Alright, one more piece each. Good dogs. Anyways guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Just Just gonna enjoy the rest of my tea here and pack up and head out the trail. So just wanted to say thanks to everyone who've been watching the trapping episode so far. So hopefully some people are enjoying the episodes. I know it's not the most exciting or action-packed series when it comes to trapping. You know, not catching a lot of fur or whatever, but that's not what it's about for me. You know, it's just about getting out here like this and spending time outside, giving the dogs a run, and you know, if we catch an animal or two here and there, then that's just a bonus. But the main reason I do it is just to get motivated to get outside and spend some more time out here. So anyways, thanks to everyone for watching. And also, I realized that trapping stuff is not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm sure I've lost a few subscribers since I started doing these trapping episodes, and that's fine. I know for sure there's at least one or two people who are leaving some negative comments and stuff on some of the episodes, but you know, I fully expected that. So whenever you put yourself out there on the internet, especially when it comes to the hunting and trapping, you're always going to have some people who, even though they don't agree with it and they don't like it, they decide to watch the videos and just leave negative comments. So that's all part of it, I guess. But you know, I decided I'm just going to put up on the channel whatever I'm doing outside, and this is part of what I do. So I'm going to continue to put some trapping episodes up. And I don't know, for the people who don't enjoy it, you know, all I can say is nobody's forcing anybody to watch the episodes. So if you don't like it, just don't watch. And I hate to lose any subscribers, but it is what it is. If you don't like it, then you know, you can easily stop watching the videos if you want to. So that's about all I'll say about it. But yeah, thanks again to everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go.